I had a question from one of you subscribers, and she asked me, how do I handle an unhappy client? And she's a subscriber. I'm going to put her name up here. I've been talking to her. She's lovely. And I've been trying to encourage her, because sometimes when you do work for someone, they may not be happy with your work. And it just hurts your heart because you tried your best and they just didn't like what you did. I do work for embroidery clients, heat press vinyl clients, and long arm quilting. So I have a variety type of clientele that comes to me that I do service for. One of the ways of preventing a disgruntled, unhappy, dissatisfied client is let your client know ahead of time what to expect. For example, one time a client asked me to do a quilting design which was called Baptist Fan, and she wanted to use Americana. I think it was a King Tut thread, blue, white, and red Americana, and I let her know that when the thread went back on top of the same line to travel, that there was going to be two different colors laying on top of each other. I let her know ahead of time that it's going to be a problem. I was trying to ask her to use or pick just one solid color, so when the thread does travel back on itself, it's all one same color. Well, she came back to me after she picked it up. She says, I don't like it. And I told her, well, I already told you ahead of time what to expect, and you said you were fine with it. One of the things I do is I have a paper where my clients write their name, number, information. I let the client know this is what you're going to expect. And when they're filling the paper out, I write myself a little pretty note saying, I told the client this could be a problem. When she came back to me saying, I don't like it, I said, I let you know ahead of time. When you don't tell a client what may happen and they don't know what to expect, then it's on you, the service provider, and not on them. But if you clarify, hey, this may happen, by the way, I'm letting you know now, and they're okay with it when you're having your initial conversation or consultation, that is on them. Make sure that you are clear and that they understand what you're saying, and make sure that they know what they're getting into with you so that you can hold them responsible when they say, I don't like it. Well, I told you, I'll let you know, so now it's your issue. There was one time where I thought, because the client was a long armer, she brought me a t-shirt quilt and she didn't want the center of the shirt itself quilted at all. And she wanted custom quilting around the sashing and the border. Well, I didn't say anything because I assumed that she understood if it's not quilted, it's gonna puddle out, it's gonna be an open space. And because I didn't say anything when she came and picked it up, she really didn't like the result. And I kind of knew what was gonna happen, but I didn't say anything. I didn't speak up. And because I didn't speak up, and when she kind of like saw it, her eyes got big, like, oh my God. But I assumed she knew because she did long arm quilting. I assumed she knew what she was getting into, and that's why I didn't warn her. But then I told her, you know what, I could still fix it. Let me put it back on the long arm, and I can meander within the blocks themselves and take care of it for you. And I felt like it was on me because I didn't warn her. So what if your work is great and your client just doesn't like it? What do? Well, I had a client a while back that I did 2 king, queen size quilts and a free throw quilt. And I charged her $230, and the client got upset saying that she didn't like the work on the free quilt, and so she wanted me to fix it. She said that's what she wanted me to do, fix it. She had given me 2 other quilts to do, and she was harassing me. And I have this kind of way of thinking, like, money's not worth fighting for, and if you want the money bad enough, I'll give it back to you. I don't have time for it. You can have the money. I don't have time for it. I felt like, seriously, I did 2 quilts, charged her $223. I don't know how much cheaper I could have done the work for her, and for her to be nitpicking it because I think This is what I think. She wanted me to do cheaper work on the other quilts that I had from her. She wanted me to give her a cheaper rate because she found something wrong with the free quilt I did for her. Yeah, that sounds stupid, doesn't it? Stupid. But I got to the point, like, I don't want to deal with you no more. I had a friend of mine, she had a client that made her life miserable for a whole month because they were going back and forth arguing about the quality of quilting and the price. And they were just, and I told my friend, just give her the money. It was $140 that the quilter and the client were bickering back and forth about. She told me, I can't sleep, I can't think, I'm wrestling with it in my heart, it's been bugging me every day. I don't know, $150 is not worth that to me. No, hell no. I'd rather give you the money and go to sleep like a baby the next day. I also think sometimes when you have a situation like this, that God is testing your heart. Just move on. It's so easy to get stuck in something like this. One's being petty about this, one's being petty about this. My friend ended up wasting a whole month. I don't think $150 is worth a whole month of fighting with someone.